right, Kyle. So who's your Super Bowl prediction? I'm going to have to do this on Tuesday's show because it's the preseason preview. What do you got for me, Kyle?
Listen, I am bound by my obligation to my Good Morning Football platform to keep that in the Ernst & Young suitcase until next week. I cannot give you a Super Bowl prediction. I will tell you. Let me give you something tasty, Rich.
Okay.
I already kind of danced around the Browns and Steelers getting into the playoffs thing.
Okay.
There's a team that I'm tempted to put in the playoffs against all logic. All logic. Everything is saying run from this team.
Okay.
I think we're going to have a fascinating year from the LA Rams and Sean McVay.
All right, Kyle.
And I know that they're everyone. If you can haul it, you can have it. And they're a dilapidated car on the side of the road. I think Sean McVay is going to coach his ass off this year. I think this is a legacy year for him. And I know they're paying the piper for that Super Bowl. I don't care. I love what the Rams are doing. I'm going to pick the Rams to be in the playoffs, and everyone's going to insinuate that I'm smoking narcotics. I'm not. I like what the Rams are going to do this year. I'm telling you.
Well, we see you on screen and how you eat well. We don't believe that you're on any sort of medication or anything like that, Kyle. But, I mean, Cooper Kupp just had a setback. You know what I mean? And they have, I believe, the third youngest roster in the NFL. How about Matthew Stafford's wife on her pod saying, Matthew's saying everybody's in their phones. They look right on their phones right after practice. There's no conversation with anybody because they're young, and he needed like a Facebook, like a look-a-book to know who's who, which I don't, by the way, I do not at all think that that's wrong for Matthew to come home and just say to his wife, like, what gives? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that is a window, isn't it, into everything? No?
And the way you lay it out, it's terrifying. My counter would be, I believe in coaches as much as anybody does. And if a few years ago we were saying that, sure, the roster was great, of course. They won the Super Bowl. If we were saying Sean McVay is the next great coach and he's in the air following Belichick or Lombardi, whatever you want to say, I don't abandon that. I think the coaches matter. I don't think he's mailing it in to get some media job. If he wanted that, he could have already taken it. I think McVay will get them home. I believe in McVay. And
me too.
We could go up and down the roster and the depth chart. I get it. He will find a way to win enough games.
I mean, we had Odell on the show the other day, called in and talking about the Ravens. He said McVay made him love football again, is what he said.
I think there's going to be some of that. By the way, Rich.
Yes.
One of the first conversations you and I ever had was that is the best book show I have ever heard. I mean that. You just bring him in and churn him out. Odell doesn't do a lot of interviews. Right. He does not do a lot of call-ins, let alone that. So I listened to the entire thing, fascinated by what he had to say about Cleveland, fascinated by what he had to say about Harbs, as he calls them, in Baltimore.
Yep.
And, I mean, it was an incredible get, and I think what he said about McVay is exactly what I'm talking about.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.